The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Alongside Carson-Newman baseball coach Tom Griffin, I'm Michael Watchering, and this is SeeingEagles.com. The Eagles picked 6th in the preseason SAC coaches poll. Coach, I know how much you love these preseason rankings. I know your expectations are higher than what the conference picks you as, but when you look at your team this season, you got a lot of newcomers. How do you feel like the offseason has gone getting ready for Limestone next week?
It's good to see you, Michael, and everyone dealing with the conditions all across the East Coast and Southeast. So I think our preparation has been very consistent. I think we've controlled the things we can control. I think the energy is what you're looking for, is good energy level, some passion and enthusiasm, and they certainly have brought that no matter the conditions. And we've been fortunate to be outside every day but maybe two, and those were because of rain. The temperature has not affected us at all. We've been outside, and fortunately, to Coach Sparks, we have a turf football field, so we're outside no matter what the conditions are. So our guys are prepared in a lot of ways to handle any type of conditions we're going to face early in February. Energy level, like I said, has been good. So as far as our preparation, we feel pretty good about that.
What's been the biggest challenge for you as a coach in terms of preparing a bunch of new players for this season? Fortunately,
we have the fall, which allows us some grace period to kind of get them into the idea of what our culture and what our program's all about. So having that time allows us to shape guys into fitting into the culture, into our program, and what our expectations are. And we had a good mix of freshmen and some JUCO guys. And again, I think it's your leaders on your team have to kind of bring them in and kind of get them to fit in. And our leaders did a fantastic job, I think, early on. When you hear JUCO kids and transfers say that the chemistry and the way guys get along here is better than anywhere they've been, and they come from different areas, then you know that your kids are doing something right to make guys feel welcome, feel part of the family, and get them to understand what our expectations are.
When you look at your lineup, at least on paper and from what I've seen, it doesn't appear like it's been the team that you've had in years past where you rely on the long ball. You might be able to manufacture a little bit more runs. Do you think that that's an accurate statement heading into this season?
Well, you don't make very inaccurate statements, so I'm going to agree 100% with you. I think we've got good depth. I think this team has depth. It has a good mix of speed and guys that hit for power. Again, there'll be some new guys in that lineup. But the nice thing is it looks like we have balance as far as righty and lefties, as far as depth at certain positions so guys can move around. And as a coach, you could manage the game maybe a little bit differently than just having 8 or 9 guys. I think that we go a little bit deeper than that. So that's always exciting, no question.
On the mound, some fresh faces there, but Vince Apicella is an all-conference pick. He's an all-region in the preseason as well. Having a workhorse like him, a guy that you know what you're going to get every day that he goes out, what does that mean for you as a coach heading in with such unknowns in the starting staff?
I think the big thing he brings, more than what we think he'll bring that game he pitches, is what he's been doing on the field during our workouts, in the weight room. In the community. This is a kid who works extremely hard. He's a good teammate, knows how to be a good teammate. I think he makes people around him better. I think he pushes guys in a certain way. And so to me, that's the biggest part of his leadership and what he brings to the club. The baseball and what we see is obviously important for our competing, but it's the other things that are much more important because they're going to last longer. You know, he pitches Friday and gives us a win. That's 2 hours of work he's done. But it's what he does the next day and what he's done the days before that have helped to prepare our other pitchers and our other players. That's what you want, guys that are leaders, that are serving others versus about, oh, I did my thing Friday night or Saturday, I'm done. No, what are you going to do the next day to make your teammates better? How are you going to hold them accountable? How are you going to work with them? That is the true mark, I think, of a great team and great leaders. And I think Vinny does bring that.
Coach, appreciate the time as always. Looking forward to the next couple months with you.
Well, thank you that we didn't have to spend much time on this preseason poll, which is probably the most ridiculous thing we do here in the conference. on a Division II level to do these previews. I think we could spend more time doing more things that are probably more beneficial and more informative to the people out there. But thank you for not mentioning us talking about that.
No problem. Always happy to spend time with you. He's Carson-Newman baseball coach Tom Griffin. I'm Michael Watching, and this is SeeingEagles.com.